Ford v Ferrari was released in 2019. This is directed by James Mangold. It's written by Jez Butterworth, John Henry Butterworth, and Jason Keller. And we have a cast including Matt Damon, Christian Bale, Jon Bernthal, Caitríona Balfe, Tracy Letts, and various others. We have some really strong performances, some interesting characters, but I did find that the narrative was not the most engaging. This is about Ford building a race car in the 1960s to try and beat Ferrari. This is, of course, based on a true story. I knew absolutely nothing about this, so I went into it with no real expectations. I was looking for the education and hopefully some entertainment. It delivered on the education front. That being said, I don't know how accurate it is. If anybody has any thoughts on that, please feel free to share. But in terms of being entertaining, it kind of didn't deliver. It is way longer than it needed to be. It's well over 2 hours. It had no business being that long. There is not enough substance there, and there are so many scenes that are so dull and so boring, and they really could have removed, I want to say, almost an hour from this without losing anything. That being said, when we had some boring scenes, we still had some good performances, and it still felt atmospheric. I still felt like I'd been transported back in time, so there was something that was enjoyable. But there's still a lot of room for improvement. We do have some good music. We have some good camera work. Basically, any of the scenes that focused on the cars, the building, the races, they were very good. And I say this as somebody who does not care about cars, and I still found those bits to be enjoyable. But everything else just felt like fluff and padding. Obviously, we need a little bit around about that to make it a little bit more of a well-rounded story. But there was so much in this that I really, really did not care for. Maybe if I was very, very passionate about Ford or Ferrari, I'd feel differently. But I still don't feel like the story has been told in a way that's effective or really that entertaining. There are some entertaining scenes, but there's about an hour of fluff. Easily 40 minutes of fluff, possibly an hour, and I just found it to be really dull, really slow, and really boring. But the educational aspect I did like. The performances are good, and I say all of this with the fact that it has 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb and a Metascore of 81, which is absolutely incredible. And I don't understand it. I genuinely do not understand it. It is the 203rd top-rated film on IMDb. And I don't get it. Yes, the good bits are very, very good, but the bits around it are so dull, and I just don't understand those ratings at all. The Oscar nominees were, or the Oscar winners rather, were Best Achievement in Film Editing and Best Achievement in Sound Editing. Yeah, I don't disagree with those. I think the editing was very good. The sound was obviously quite good. I don't have any problems there at all. It was also nominated for Best Motion Picture, no, and Best Achievement in sound mixing. I wouldn't have been against that win. I'm also very curious to see what did win that year, as I can't remember the best picture for 2020. Oh yes, of course, the winner was Parasite, which I also don't think is very good. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Joker, Jojo Rabbit. That was a tough year, and I don't think the right film won. But nevertheless, it's an Oscar winner for several categories. It has 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb, a Metascore of 81. The good scenes are very, very good. The rest of it is very boring. But the performances are good, it's atmospheric, and it's still educational. Do I recommend it? It doesn't matter at this point. It really doesn't. If you're curious, check it out. There is a chance you'll like it more than I did, and the good bits are worth watching, but I think it needed a lot of work. So yes, I'm happy to recommend it. Yes, it seems like a lot of people love it a lot more than I did, which is absolutely fine. But I guess the point there is that don't expect to love it just based on the high ratings. Maybe I'm thinking too critically of it, but that's kind of the point of these discussions. I don't think it's a great film. I think it's a good film. I think it had a lot to offer. I think it needs a lot of work to be a great film. But that being said, I guess I'm happy to recommend it.